They were called comfort women, a term used to describe women and girls forced to work in brothels run by the Japanese military. It's estimated up to 200,000 girls and women from Asia were sexually enslaved. They endured rapes, beatings, even murder. Those who survived often had to live with the stigma. A significant number were from Korea, a former colony of Japan. And it's here in South Korea that the world's longest-running protest continues to take place. Each Wednesday around noon, survivors, activists, and ordinary citizens have gathered in front of the former Japanese embassy in Seoul to demand an apology and compensation from the Japanese government. This year, some survivors sent video messages as COVID-19 concerns prevented them from attending in person.
Japan insists that it never forcibly dragged us out of Korea and never made us suffer, but I demand they stop lying and be honest.
There are only 13 of the women still alive in South Korea.
Grandmothers are passing away without receiving a proper apology and compensation. Let's fight until the Japanese government gives an official apology and legal reparations are made so that the lives and cries of the grandmothers are not in vain.
6 years ago, Japan and South Korea reached an agreement. Japan apologized and provided nearly $9 million to a fund to help survivors, but that deal has largely fallen through. Survivors were critical of it, saying it prioritized money over a more sincere apology from Japan. And when President Moon Jae-in took office, he effectively abandoned the agreement signed by his predecessor, calling it seriously flawed. Relations between South Korea and Japan took a further dive. Yet week after week, year after year, protesters remain undeterred in their quest for justice. As the demonstrations continue into a third decade, a new generation of activists have taken up the fight. Florence Looi, Al Jazeera.